Hey, welcome back to Mission Growing Outdoors. So this video is brought to you apparently by Jocko Fuel, Dryad, Lone Wolf Custom Gear, Hunting Beast, Moultrie, Sever Broadheads, Eastern Woods Outdoors, Yeti. I got another Lone Wolf. Oh, Surf Zone, Ramsey, Puerto Rico. Brought to you. Someone pointed out my Lone Wolf sticker on a mug back there, so they're like all sponsored by. Anyways, let's jump into it. Latitude Carbon Speed Series sticks, right? SS, that stuff. So just to jump into it real quick, I do want to get off my chest a complaint about the communication from Latitude to the customers. I know there's a lot of people frustrated as these sticks are starting to ship, but as I made a post that they're not necessarily shipping in the order that people's orders were given. I ordered February 6th within 45 minutes of that email going out. There's some people that have piped up that they were sooner than that. There's people that said that they ordered at a show on the 4th. I don't know the details on those, but they're not getting answers in their emails. And I know when I was asking like, hey, where am I at in line, that kind of stuff, those answers went, those questions went unanswered. So that sucks, but I do have to give them props for two things. One, in June, they sent out an email about, hey, we're having distribution issues from our distributor and manufacturer, stuff like that. We're ramping it up, getting things taken care of, squared away, this, that. It's being handled. We're sorry. It's not going to be a June launch. We're looking at July. And then they gave a 20% off coupon or discount code in that email, so you could go put 20% off on a new order. Would have been better if I could apply it to this order, but there's for a next order, which I wasn't completely upset about because I went and got some Vapor 8mm lines. I like their lines here. They're fantastic. So I got some of those for some extra lineman's ropes and tethers and stuff like that. Let's see. I heard online that these sticks have a 5-year warranty. I scanned the code on the box. There's a warranty scanner on there. It takes you to the website. It's like customer resources. It doesn't really break down the warranty, and in the warranties of the website, I only saw for their saddles, which is a 1-year non-transferable warranty. In this book, under warranties, it talks about how, you know, normal wear tear isn't covered, you know, that kind of such. But it also says right here, offers a warranty to the original purchaser of the Carbon SS climbing sticks, which ensure blah blah, freedom of defects, stuff like that. Cool, great. But it's non-transferable, which kind of sucks. Well, it doesn't kind of, really sucks, because that takes down your resale value of these sticks a lot, because whoever's buying from me, if I sell these online, can't have a warranty coverage on the sticks, versus, I hate to say it, well, don't hate to say it, but people rag on it, Lone Wolf Custom Gear, lifetime warranty, right? Transferable. You give them to your kid, you give them to your neighbor, you sell them to either or, whatever you want to do, whatever your family dynamics are, you do that. They're still covered under their normal manufacturing warranty of any defects, issues, things breaking, all that kind of stuff. They will take care of you. So I feel like these sticks could step up that a little bit more, since it is a hunting stick. I mean, we all know these AM steels aren't going to last forever. That's going to have normal wear and tear when you're putting them on and off a tree, rubbing on bark and stuff, right? Same with buckle straps, cam buckle straps, all that stuff. We get it. But for the integrity of the stick, I would have liked to seen a longer lifetime warranty. Even if it's something that, if the stick doesn't work out for me and I want to get it to someone else, that they get that warranty. But moving forward, this stick, it is really cool. It's brand new. When I get closer to the end, I'm going to go over some stuff that I don't really like about these, and I feel like could use a lot of improvement. Some improvement, whichever. But to start this off, I want to get a weight on these sticks, because I saw videos, people saying, oh, it's right at 19 ounces. So on the website, it's 19 ounces. with the AM steel advertised. I put that on here, put it in ounces. I'm at 20.4 ounces. And I got that 20.3, 20.4, it fluctuate. Right now it's holding it pretty steady, but I got that on all 4 of the sticks. The sticks are shipped in a group of 3, and I actually got another box for my 1 stick here. So pretty interesting there, but 20.4 ounces on 1 stick. Get a weight of all 4. So it'd be like 81, yep, 81.7 ounces. For us in simple terms, that's 5 pounds, 1.5 ounce. For 4 sticks. For 3 sticks, we got 3 pounds, 13 ounces. 3 pounds, it's like 13.2. So again, very light, cool design, right? But that's the only thing that I saw a difference. When I take the AM steel off, it's at like 19.8. If you want, I should have kept the scale out. I'll do it again just to make sure I'm not lying to y'all. It was like 19.8, 19.7. So let me get it back to ounces, not grams. There you go, 19.8 ounces. So that's without the AM steel aider or AM steel strap on there. And to put this on, it's really simple. This is one thing that I applaud this company for, is they put this cleat design on here, right? But you can put it on either side of the post, which is really nice, because I myself, you go from the back side, right? The directions say to go from the back, wrap around the front or over the top or whatever, and pulls in. But I have it on this side. When I wrap around the tree, I'm gonna be using my right hand to take all the slack out to wrap it and do the figure 8 and stuff. If you're left-handed, you can actually put it over here and do the same thing. And for the directions, grab that real quick. For those directions, it's all right there. Showing it coming around, put it through, wrap it over, tighten it. The warranty I'd read is all right there. The figure 8, they have you do like the 8 on it, you know, like crisscross stuff, but they have you do it twice, 2 times, and then you attach it with a knot. So that's the recommended method. And then they even have the recommended method to seat the stick, which is a 10-step directions of right there. So I'm gonna go over those 10 steps in a later video, and I'm also gonna go over like how I hang sticks, and I'm gonna do a whole stick comparison when I get back up north and I get around my B sticks, my Novik sticks, my Lone Wolf sticks, custom gear sticks. When I get all around all that kind of stuff, I'm gonna do a setting the stick comparison and stuff like that. I do wanna know, one thing I've noticed in videos of when people are hanging sticks, when you wrap this around the tree initially, you want it horizontal, you know, parallel to the ground, wrapping around. I've seen that, and then when they set it, I've seen angles like this steep on it. You want to make sure you're still getting solid pull to the tree, because that's what's holding this to the tree, and not just up. Because when you do that, when you take your weight off, it could pull and slide up the tree. These teeth, they're nicely beveled on the bottom, but they're also rounded on the top angle as well. I'll bring that in, try to see if you can get that. But so I would just be careful that this isn't too steep when you set it onto the tree. You want this to be as parallel to the ground even after you cinch it. It shouldn't just go like this. I mean, if you look at cam buckles, usually they're flat and they kind of only slope down towards the front of the tree because they grip the tree so well. So just be wary of that when you're using the AM steel. We've all seen how these wrap up onto the stick, the packing of it, which is super thought out, very cool. I like that. They stack. You can put as many as you want, stacking them up, right? They kind of like waterfall. It would have been cool if you could waterfall this direction as well, but it doesn't matter. It's gonna stack and have the same profile either direction. They do come, the 3-pack that I ordered came with this like Titan strap that has their little logo on it, their own little twist on there. So when you attach these to the sticks, this is how I do it. I just put it on, I kind of ratchet back and forth. this is kind of, like I said, an unboxing look at these sticks. I'm gonna get into like more of a full review later, but if you want to tighten this thing down on there, tighten it down, get it yoked on there, still get a little bit of a rattle. Some people compare that to the bag of horns, the antlers. This is from the deadhead. All right, I don't rattle with those, don't worry, but I mean, it sounds different, right? So I don't get why people are saying use them as rattling horns if you wanted, just whatever. It's just gimmicks, bro. It's like as seen on TV stuff. So just be wary. I'm not using them as rattling horns. If you want to, go for it, but it's kind of silly. So comes with that strap. Also with this strap, so if you look, when I put this on as loose as I can put it, I get this on there. This isn't, and you stack your sticks, if you were to stack them this way on your stand, this doesn't extend past those brackets. So this is just to hold the sticks together. And they always show them being stacked like this over the center post and stuff like that. The way I stack them is face down, but I put them in groups of 2. But if you did face down and you stack them to the stand, you could still wrap this around something and get them to suction to the stand that way. And that's one way that I like to do my sticks, is face down. Don't make those jokes. But putting them in stacks of 2, say my body is the stand, I put in 2, go side to side of the post, and I stack them and strap them down like this. And I do that because not every stand is running doubles, like how Lone Wolf Custom Gear has their landing pads for their double steps, where those sticks actually just nest right into the stand and you attach them. They actually have a place for this part of the sticks to go into. But these are points, and you're putting these points not onto a flat surface, but into something with holes. So you don't necessarily know how it's gonna nest, if it's gonna contact this before it contacts this one and lifts up and moves it, right? So if you flip it over, it kind of eliminates that. It all puts that surface here. It does raise up in the middle there, on the top and bottom, but that still puts a lot of more stability. I'll do it on the counter. Far more stability to the stand, and makes that more of a flat surface there. So that's one thing I do, is I put stealth strips on the front of my sticks, so even when they stack together, they're quieter and they stack to it. So and that's the other thing, is the sound on these, like even when you're being slow, it kind of makes a little bit of a noise. But yeah, they do have a little tendency to shake and wobble. That's where that, on that band, when it was attached, kind of comes from. You hear that? And I'm gonna come close with this, because this is something I feel like could improve these sticks. Is if you look at the groove on the bottom here, that's where the top stick comes in and settles in there and nests, right? Which I get, you don't want that too far sticking out of the front so people don't trip on it, but if you put stealth strips in here, that's going to take like half of that distance up. And so I'm not sure how well that's going to continue catching, but they made it that depth because of this groove here. You can see how that support in that corner is in there. They made it so it would nest right in there. So I get that for this part, because it nests right in there, right? But up here at the top, you can see it nests below where that's at. So this could come further down here on the post, and I feel like it would make that a little bit more stable. And then to do, like I was saying earlier, to stack this way, if they made it longer and they put these traction pieces in there, it would actually be able to catch on there instead of sliding around. So that's just something that I had noticed for, making it a little bit more versatile, but also just making it a little bit more stable. So once you do stealth strip it, it still kind of holds together a little bit better. That's just some stuff that I had noticed. Another thing that I really noticed that I'm not a real fan of is the flat stick top, right? Because mobile hunting, you want to get in as many trees as possible. Yes, the traction here is aggressive. Yes, on the outside, it does protrude up higher than the inside traction. Same with on the bottom step. However, if you put this on a tree that's angled like that, yeah, you have traction there, but it's just mental, right? Like standing over here with the right foot on the downhill side of the stick, where's my confidence with that? Or, I mean, versus if I'm over here on this side of it and I have the post to put my foot against, it's a little bit more confidence. And then even on this side, if it's here, if you have a bend like the B stick has it, where it comes in and comes up, that this would be flat. On this angle, this would be flat and this would be, you know, coming down. But even if you're on this, you're still running into a direction change here that adds more traction. So that would have been a really cool thing to see here. And then you could still just put these on horizontal, you know, flat across, just make it so it's not all the way flat across the top of the entire stick. Just have it start here and then this side of the stick comes up above over here. You could have done that, or they could have done that. Would have been cool to see that angled step on these. I feel like that would have been a really cool way to make these, you know, a little bit better. Let's see, I got some notes here. I want to make sure if I cover anything. Yeah, don't do those antlers. The wobble, I got that on there. Stacking, got that. Warranty. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I can really say about these sticks. Something I'm really kind of intrigued on looking at is a lot of guys saddle hunt with these, right? Some people just use their sticks to saddle hunt as a top step, right? Or like their platform. When you test out some of these double step sticks and some other sticks, I'm not just saying these ones, I'm just saying sticks in general. When you sit on a saddle, you have to understand that you're putting weight on this part of the stick into the tree. Make sure your standoffs are strong and secure, because if they're not, they're gonna start kicking out and bending. And that, you don't want that. Because when you have to think, these manufacturers are testing these to be sticks on a tree, which means they're testing weight this way. They're not testing weight going into it and stuff like that. So that's something to be weary of. But yeah, so these sticks, they seem really cool. I'm excited to get these on a tree. I plan on throwing one or two of these into the freezer. I got a deep freezer I'm gonna throw these in, get them nice and cold. I got a laser thermometer, get a reading on that. But I do live in Texas, and right now it's like 95 degrees for the next foreseeable future. So I'm trying to get it where I can set up where I can take it out of the freezer somehow and get it onto a post. I'm currently trying to talk to a tree trimming company and see if they can get a tree trunk or like a log for me that I could set up and try to do all that stuff in home. That way I don't have to be running outside. It's all shrub brush here. You can see the trees back there. Like, that's my neighbor's yard. That's how close we are here. Like, we don't have the most ideal trees for climbing and, you know, that stuff. Like, the best I could do is stick to the ground and then it's frustrating. I keep trying to find trees to use, but that's where those things are. So, needless to say, we get these things tested out, side load them, look for kick out, stuff like that. Like I said, that angle of this am steel, I'm gonna pay a lot of attention to that. The stick, to see how it grips when I put it on angled trees and stuff like that, and get those different angles set up on these. And then the cold temperatures. People are concerned about cold temperatures. Like, I get it, right? It's a carbon stick, but it's not a carbon fiber stick. It's just carbon technologies. We don't really know what that means. Is this just like an updated polymer, you know, like, so seeing how this is gonna perform in the cold. From what I have right now in my hand, it seems pretty rigid and pretty nice, but that's just in hand, man. When you get these on the trees, you start getting in different cold temperatures, rainy, wet bark, wet trees. How is this gonna dig in and grip? So that's what I really wanna test out, and that's when my next video is gonna be on these, is when I get more than just a day or two of in hand with these, looking at them and seeing what I think of, like, just the initial, out of the box, what am I looking at, you know, like, that's how I work though. I look at it like, what are my concerns with this? And let's take this to the tree and see if I can find any issues with it, and if I can duplicate it time and time again. Because if I can duplicate it, that means you could run into it. So, but anyways, that's my review, or that's my look at these Carbon Series sticks. If you liked it, please subscribe, like the video, whatever. If there's something else you want to see, I told you where I'm going to be testing these at. If you want to see some other tests on it, I think someone was saying freeze it, drop it from 20 feet in the air, let it. Okay, I can do that. I'll throw it in the air if you want me to. I don't care. But let me know what you want to see. I'll try to do it. I'm not lighting them on fire, so don't suggest that. I'm not driving them over with my truck. Don't suggest that. But yeah, good luck out there. If you didn't like the video, just go watch the other guy's video, and hopefully theirs is better than mine. If not, this is what you get.